everyone, it's Vic again, showing a layout I've made for the design team on Lottie Loves Paper. This time I wanted to use a cut file. I've still got some of the Truly Grateful collection left from PaigeEvans. I'm absolutely loving it and want to make the most of what I've got. I've got loads of embellishments left and a few bits of paper, so I thought that would be perfect for backing a cut file. This cut file is a PaigeEvans cut file as well, which I got off the Silhouette store, and I just thought it would be perfect for this photo of my parents that I took back in November last year when I went down to stay with them for a couple of days in Devon. It's not often that I get a photo of either of them, so it was a lovely summer's day. We parked down in Bude and then walked up along the canal to our favourite place, the Weir, where we overindulged with cake and coffee and scones, as you do, and then walked back to Bude to burn the calories off. So it was a lovely sunny day and it was really nice, just me and them spending some time together. So I pre-backed the cut file, which I cut out on the Silhouette. The filling it, because of the leaf shapes and that, it was quite tricky. So for the first time ever, I was really pleased with myself. I used the Silhouette to cut my backing pieces of paper for the cut file as well. So I basically fiddled around on the Silhouette and took the, I don't really know how to explain it. The insides where you need the backing paper, part of the cut file, and then just offset it by 0.55, I think. And that cut it perfectly to the shape for me. So I didn't have to do any fiddly cutting with my scissors because I just definitely wouldn't have got there. So anyway, I faffed around a little bit to decide where I was going to pop my photograph on my cut file, and I really wanted to display that cut file because it is gorgeous and the colours of the papers, so I decided to go for a bit of a diagonal feel across my page there. I also used the negatives from that cut file, so the bits that came out of it, and used that just to add some added texture onto my layout. So I don't know whether to keep that white or whether to add some colour to it. So you can see I've just put a pink and a blue leaf behind the cut file to see if that would help. I decided the blue was a bit too bright and in your face, but the pink was just subtle enough in the background to just add a little bit and lift the cut file even more off the layout. So the spray that I was using was pink Distress Oxide spray. And then I just went in with a few blue splatters of the Distress Oxide spray as well, rather than having a full blue part. I thought it was too much with the blue that I'd already popped in the cut file. So I popped that to one side and waited for it to dry. Whilst I was waiting for it to dry, I just used an old piece of white cardstock to pop my design onto so that I could carry on working on it whilst I was waiting for the sprays to dry. I mean, it didn't take too long, and I think I ended up being a bit impatient and just used some tissue just to dab up the blue splatters that were taking a little bit longer to dry off there. So I wanted my title of the page to be Autumn Sunshine. It was such a lovely sunny day that I just thought that would be perfect for it. So wanted to make the most of all of these stickers and embellishments that I've still got left from the PaigeEvans Truly Grateful collection. It's still in the store at Lottie Loves Paper, so I may actually find myself buying some more because I think I've used up pretty much all of the paper now, but still have loads of embellishments left to use up. So I think I'm going to treat myself to a little bit more. I think it might be in the sale at the moment, the winter sale. So if you like it as much as I do, then it might be now the time to treat yourself to a little bit whilst it's in the sale. So there you go, just dabbing up that extra bit of wet blue ink spray. Then I wanted to add some depth to my page and dimension. So I've just cut up some children's play foam that you can get and from crafting stores, and just cut it up and stuck it onto the back of that cut file. Now you all know how to cut and foam and stick it on, so I whizzed through that bit and fast forwarded to me having stuck it all on there. So once those bits were dry on the back of my cut file, I then could stick it on. And I quite like the fact doing it this way because you still have a little bit of movability on it if you want to just change the position of things slightly. It doesn't stick quite on dry quite as quickly as it would do if it was just paper on paper. So I raised up the photograph of my parents as well and just overhung the cut file over it a little bit. I thought the yellows of that paper really complemented my mum's scarf. And then it was just a case of fiddling around with some of the ephemera from the kit. Those trees had to go on it again. I think every single layout I've done so far using this collection has had those gorgeous rainbow trees on. I can't get enough of those. And I couldn't quite decide where to put sunshine, the sticker sunshine, so just having a faff around, it went back in the middle again. But as you'll see later on, I moved the position of it again and replaced it with some of the gorgeous word sticker that came with the collection. So although I had loads and loads of ephemera left from the collection, I still didn't use that much of it. I don't know, I tend to just use the papers, I think, more than anything, because I love to fussy cut. So I still have tons of the stuff left, so I really need to try and make maybe like a sticker sneeze or ephemera sneeze like Laura Rumble did once on her layout, just to bash all of those bits and bobs. So that will be on my to-do list at some point. So I really like that little chicken, so pop the chicken down. And it was just a case really of adding a few finishing touches to it. There's here we go, I'm just changing that sunshine word. So I move that sticker down, further down on the layout, and replace it with the word sunshine again, but in the mustardy yellow colours, which I thought just stood out a little bit more on that autumn cut file. So I finished my layout at the end. I put the sunshine there and another word together up the top right corner and stitched those on with a sewing machine. In hindsight, really, maybe I should have stitched the yellow sunshine onto the autumn cut file before I stuck it onto my layout, but it was too late to do that, so it'll be fine as it is. I shall let you carry on watching the finishing touches, adding my journaling. Thank you very much for watching. If you like my video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like my work. That would be lovely. It's been Vic at Forever Scrapping. You can find me on Instagram, and this was a design team layout for Lottie Loves Paper using the PaigeEvans Taylor Truly Grateful collection and one of her cut files from the Silhouette store. Thanks, bye.